Joe, welcome.
Hey, thanks.
On Beekse Bergen Best Kept Secret Festival this lovely day. Before we start this conversation, I have to admit it's my third festival day.
Oh, yeah.
I'm almost losing my voice, so I'm sorry for this
We can speak quietly.
terrible noise I'm
Don't
making.
worry,
Yeah.
no, it's all good.
Talking about quietly and peaceful.
It's very peaceful right here.
Right?
It's very quiet.
How has your day been in the Netherlands so far?
Really nice. We had we took a little run through the festival grounds and swam.
Like
which
a
was
morning
great.
run?
Took a little morning run.
You're one of those people at festivals.
I'm not one of those people, but I've got dragged along. And it's Father's Day as well in the States, so I sent a bunch of pictures of my dad to our big family group chat. And had some lunch and saw some music, saw Waxahachie. Hey, there's Wes. Hey, Wes.
Shout out.
Wes.
And I'm super excited to be talking to you with the new record. Like one of my favorites, like the timing you dropped it for me was perfect. Been listening to it a lot.
Thanks.
And I was wondering, like, in terms of, if I'm assuming things like Led Zeppelin, Beatles-esque kind of bands that might have inspired you.
Sure.
Has there been like one band or record that you felt like was a good inspiration for this record for you?
Well, a pretty important jumping off point was Nick Drake. Listening to a lot of Nick Drake and beginning writing a lot of these songs on the acoustic guitar. But, you know, things change as you're recording. I had also a really big Supertramp. About like a year later, I had a big Supertramp kick, which is kind of like a contemporary to bands that I really love and knew a little bit more about. Like I'm a big ELO fan, but Supertramp was kind of just a little later and a little different for me, so I got really inspired by them. And then a big part of making the record was kind of going back to, like you said, Led Zeppelin or the Beatles or, I don't know, Thin Lizzy, bands that I had loved in the past, and kind of just reacquainting myself with the music and getting kind of back to my roots.
Can you maybe reveal a little bit what's that process like for you? Because to me you seem like a super busy man with acting, making music, being on tour as well. Are you one of those people that might be like recording some voice notes in the nightliner as well, or do you feel like I need to be in the studio and put everything together?
For recording stuff, it's actually really nice to have other things going on and to like be distracted by other things, because I feel like, you know, you're on a run and that's when you come up with something, or, you know, I find that those are the moments that are when you're not thinking about it. Sometimes you can get the most amount of work done, or work in just very short increments. But in terms of the scheduling of like shooting, and then it's just basically any off time, just making sure I was working on it, sort of, and going up to New York and continuing to bang away at this thing, because kind of like had an idea of sort of the whole thing, but it was less of like a contained process and more of this ongoing thing where I was living my life and then kind of throwing up all the stuff that was going on in my life into these songs
and mixing it up together.
Yeah,
That's what this record.
Yeah, and just exploring the different influences and really using the studio, I guess, also to its full potential. Trying to use it.
Yeah. Has there already been a song that might have changed for you since performing it live?
Yeah.
Like in terms of reaction maybe from the audience?
Yeah, definitely. And I think things kind of like take a new life, and once you're sort of done with something, it starts this new life. And I can definitely feel that with certain songs already. But it just makes me more excited to record, I guess. Do new stuff, because that is definitely the part of the process that I love so much and fell in love with.
Yeah.
It's not funny, it's so funny, 'cause you're basic.
And like, for example, Being Basic also felt like a little bit tongue-in-cheek song, right? What was the starting point for you for that single?
Oh, that was just me being frustrated and upset at something going on in my own life, and feeling like, you know, I'm a generally positive person, but it felt like that song just kind of poured out of me naturally, and was something that, you know, I grew up with a lot of sisters, and it's not a very like aggressive environment. I would say it's like pretty calm,
Mm-hmm.
and so kind of leaning into that side is maybe not my comfort zone, and so yeah, it just felt like a little uncomfortable, but reason enough to sort of like lean into it and put it out,
Yeah.
put it on the record.
Yeah. What do you mean in terms of uncomfortable? Like.
Well, I just like I'm not super uncomfortable maybe embracing that side
Mm.
of myself, maybe the angrier side of myself. So it's kind of interesting to lean into that and to not force myself, but kind of push myself to go somewhere.
And what does, so we're like in June, half in 2025. Besides from a busy touring schedule, what does the year looks like for you? What are the plans, or like, I don't know, I don't want to say like ambitions, but what are the things that you like to achieve, like to do this year?
It's a great question. I'd like to continue to write more music and kind of build up the backlog of ideas that I'm excited to work on. We're going to do this tour in the fall, and we're doing some shows kind of in the summer. And I think I just want to continue to like work on our live show and expand, you know, give myself some time to think about it, what the vision is, you know, now that we've kind of gone out there and gotten our, you know, skin in the game. It'd be nice to sort of like revise certain things with the knowledge of what it's like being on tour and everything that goes along with that. And then there's some like acting obligation things that I'll have to do, some press for Stranger Things and some other stuff. And then apart from that, just hanging out, hopefully.
Celebrating the album.
Yeah, I think
as
so.
well, right?
And just taking some time, hopefully, to maybe do like a trip or something, and see my family also.
Yeah.
Important.
What's the way for you to ultimately like relax, besides music, besides acting? Is there like a specific hobby or sports thing that you do to get relaxed?
I really like, I have a big interest in sailing. I'm not great at it, but I like doing that. I love playing tennis. My dad's a tennis player, and I have some friends who play tennis.
Yeah.
Swimming. I grew up by the ocean, so I really like being by the ocean.
What did you think of the lake over here? Was
great.
it okay? Yeah.
Oh, it was great. It reminded me very much. There's something about this area that reminds me a little bit of where I'm from in Massachusetts, or like the Midwest maybe. Yeah, so it felt very familiar to me.
Yeah. And we're now in this relaxing moment, just a couple of hours
so zen.
before show. I feel so relaxed just chatting to you, listening to your voice, and like not using mine, hopefully. But what's the ideal situation for you just before going up stage? Are you the kind of person that blasts loud music, get together with everyone and pump each other up? Or are you just maybe like reading a book somewhere in a corner?
We're kind of like figuring that out, I guess. We've only really been doing it for a couple months, but I'd say it's generally pretty calm. I do this like vocal warm-up thing that makes me feel like, okay, I'm like preparing in some way. My little face thing that you got me, Dan, this little like nebulizer thing. Who knows what it does? But
is it like a skincare thing?
it's like
or
a
what
steam
is it?
thing that like just feels good. You breathe it. Look at that. See? You
Oh,
just
yeah.
breathe it in.
Oh my God, I want it.
It's good. And then just chilling out.
Yeah.
Seeing a friend, maybe if there's like a friend at the show, seeing
Yeah.
a friend and saying hey before the show starts.
And for our Dutch listeners that might be going to the Paradiso show in a couple of days, besides from the festival gig, what can we expect from the club show? Can you reveal us a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I hope. I think the whole point is to just kind of like do something that takes people out of there every day and can slowly just transport you, even if it's just for a moment. Those are the shows that I really love, and so that's kind of the ambition with the shows to, hopefully with the set list and stuff, just bring people on a little bit of a journey and do something that's eclectic and hopefully holds your interest and is something that can leave you feeling maybe a little bit refreshed, I'd say.
Yeah. Looking forward. Super excited.
I'm looking forward.
And
I can't
super
wait.
happy.
I've heard a lot about this venue, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's been like an old church.
Yeah.
It's kind of legendary.
Stained glass, right?
Yeah. And it's in the middle of Amsterdam. So I don't know if you have some time off, some days off to explore the city.
Yeah.
Do you prefer that, or are you more like...
Oh, no, I'll be out there for sure.
And like going to... What would you love to do? Like going to a museum or something?
Oh, like find the best croissant.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you-
Take a little jog, see some art I don't know, whatever is the thing that's suggested. Take a swim. I love taking a swim wherever we can go. Obviously.
There's a great swimming pool like close to
really?
the Paradiso. Yeah.
Okay.
I will give you. It's my favorite
Okay.
place to swim. And I was wondering, what was the best croissant? Where was it so far? In France, probably, but.
Well, we haven't really been to France yet. I had an insanely good one in Auckland, I guess it was in. It was in Auckland. That one that we had, like, it was early on. Yeah, we had an amazing one. But you know, it's got to be the right time. It's got to be the right. There's a lot of, you know.
Cool.
There's a lot of things that go into it. You
Yeah.
know? And I'm sure that Paris will not disappoint.
And I would love to ask you like two more questions. In terms of cinema, what would be a movie that you would recommend me right now? Like maybe because you just watched it, maybe because it's your all-time favorite. I don't want to be like the letterbox, like for last watch.
Sure.
I would love to, but.
No, I'm not. I'm no movie snob. The only reason I'm thinking of it is because my tour mate Jake was just talking about it, but it's called Sexy Beast. I don't know if you know that movie. It's Jonathan Glazer. It's like early 2000s with Ray Winstone. And it's an amazing kind of thrilling and chaotic movie, but a great watch. And he wears these amazing shades in him, and I copied him. He's got these amazing old Persols. I mean, I think these are Persols, but they're not the same ones. He's got these
But kind of inspired by the movie.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
He's great. He's got this chain. He's this big guy. He talks like this. He's amazing. So check that out.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that movie out. And in terms of music, like a favorite song, a favorite record you've been listening to, or something new or old you just explored.
Well, I just saw Waxahachie. I don't really know too much about Waxahachie, but
I had to cry. It was so beautiful.
so good.
What the
really,
fuck?
really
Yeah.
lovely, and just like.
Tell you I'm undefeated. I'm not worth fighting with. Oh no, I've lost my mind. I've lost my mind again. Tell you I'm razor sharp. I'm terrified.
Great band, and she just writes really great songs, and just put me in such a great mood today. So
Yeah.
I can't pretend to be like know all of her discography, but I think after today, that'll be my bus listening for the next few days is her stuff. So
Thank you so much for two beautiful recommendations.
hey, thank you.
I wish you all the best on the beautiful festival side
Thanks.
with the gig here at Best Kept Secret and in Paradiso, of course. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.
3FM.